McKay here. So today we're going to be using our slope formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 to find the slope of certain lines, and then we're going to find the slope of lines that are perpendicular to the original, meaning having a negative reciprocal slope. Remember, negative reciprocal is just fancy math talk for flip it and change the sign. So let's get started. So again, perpendicular lines will have negative reciprocal slopes. What that means is we flip it and change the sign. So in this equation, y equals 2/3 x plus 3, our slope, or our m, is given by the fraction 2/3. If I were going to flip 2/3 and change the sign, what do you think it'd be? Well, the negative reciprocal of 2/3, if we flipped it and changed the sign, is a negative 3/2. The 2 went to the bottom, the 3 went to the top, and it became a negative. So now that you know that, let's get started. So today we're working perpendicular lines. Remember, perpendicular lines have something called a negative reciprocal slope, meaning you find the slope, you flip it, and then you give it a negative sign. So we're giving 2 points that are on line K. First, we need to find the slope of line K, and then we can take the negative reciprocal of that slope we found. So let's go back to algebra and use our slope formula. We have y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. In our case, if this is our first point, we'll call this x1 and y1. We'll call this point x2, y2. So our y2 is given by a negative 2. Our y1 is given by a 7. Our x2 is given by a 4. And our x1 is a 2. So let's simplify the numerator and the denominator. Well, negative 2 minus 7 is negative 9. And 4 minus 2 is 2. So our slope of line K is equal to negative 9/2. Remember, what we're going to do is we're going to flip this and then give it a negative sign. That will be the slope for line M. So let's flip this. The 2 now goes to the top. The 9 now goes to the bottom. And remember, it was negative. So to take the negative reciprocal of a negative, we have to add a double negative. But everyone knows what's a negative times a negative? A positive. So our slope for line M is actually a positive 2/9. This question says, given the line y equals 1/2 x plus 2, we want to find a line that's perpendicular to this line above and also contains the point 0, 4. So first, let's write the negative reciprocal slope of 1/2. If we flipped 1/2, the 2 would now be on the top and the 1 would be on the bottom. So that's just the number 2. But don't forget, it's the negative reciprocal, so we have to add a negative sign to that too. So we want to find out what our b is, so let's just add plus b and use the point that they gave us to plug in for x and y to try to find our y-intercept b. So let's do it. Our 0 is our x and our 4 is our y. So we're going to write 4 is equal to negative 2 times 0 plus b. Now I love working with zeros because negative 2 times 0 is just 0 plus b. And because we don't even need to write the 0 since it's nothing, we know that b is equal to 4. So if we're trying to write a perpendicular line to the one above, we're going to write y equals negative 2x plus 4. And that's our answer. For this example, we're given a graph. Our goal is to find a line that is perpendicular to the line given that also goes through the point given, negative 2, 2. So remember, perpendicular lines have negative reciprocal slopes. So if we're trying to find a negative reciprocal to the slope 2/3, we have to flip it and give it a negative sign. So now instead of 2/3, this turns into negative 3/2. This is our new slope. So we have y is equal to negative 3/2 x plus b. We're trying to find our y-intercept of the line that's perpendicular to our given line that goes through the point negative 2, 2. So we have to plug in negative 2 and 2 for x and y to solve for b. So our y is given by a 2. Negative 3/2 is now being multiplied by negative 2 plus b. Let's simplify the right-hand side of the equal sign. Negative 3/2 times negative 2 is equal to, let's go down here, positive 3. Now, of course, we know we wouldn't really write the positive sign, but we do know the inverse operation of a plus is minus. So let's minus 3 on both sides to solve for our b. Our b is equal to 2 minus 3, which is negative 1. So let's put it all together. Our perpendicular line that goes through the point negative 2, 2 is equal to y equals negative 3/2 x minus 1. If you have any questions on this video or any of my other videos, you can send me a message on Instagram at Miss McKay Math. Have a good day.